top stories. Unity needs to be developed among people to ensure future generations live in peaceful environments, says former UNLF chairman R.K. Megan. And joint efforts vital to overcome attempts made by non-locals to create tension among indigenous communities, exhorts Secretary of Yalhomi Farooq R.K. Vijayalakshmi. A very good evening. You're watching ISTV English News at 4. I'm Soyofi, giving you the news in detail. Former chairman of UNLF R.K. Megan has highlighted the need to foster unity among the people so that the future generations can live in peaceful environment. He made the statement during a program where Khundrakpam Kendra Tenbang Loop extended assistance to kin of 10 persons of the constituency who have been killed in the Manipur conflict. Members of Khundrakpam Kendra Tenbang Loop and office bearers of the Village Protection Force too attended the program held at the residence of Nongthongbam Rajendro at Yumnam Kuno. The third phase of financial aid was extended to the kin of the 10 martyrs, while electric looms were handed over to wife of late Haubujam Somen Kumar and wife of Nandaibam Rojan, who were killed in the conflict. R.K. Megan further noted that although the martyrs received widespread tributes at the time of their passing, their families tend to fade into obscurity over time. He said, unity is the key to defeating efforts to destroy the Meitei community.
amadi chatro kasi ni kudong sawa mayama mapun mo tan sebe male mase purang ngo pakka oire han han utam ado ngari science and technology di ado sa pala ba tan oire sesta akoi ni ga se nakalo ba wali han sa pala de ro ko ile ko mase hatna ba hanan ba ado mai ngani mutam da ka hanan ro mo da hoji khanja ko ma
Nongthongbam Rajan said the recent trend about people doing crowdfunding on social media platforms to help the victims of the Manipur conflict is a result of the incompetence of the people's representative of each constituency.
Society Ado pauche da happa adu ai line mangam khar line biyo ai gi jipe number happa sida pesa ka copy uga na pro matam sida makoi thawai contract pi se kari gino makoi soi se kari gino se ako society da mai de ko ja taw le ma mai le ako gi ngam da thugai na mo na ko lan chen na thawai tha gi dunia da pesa ka ga line ma na bra ma du facebook da happa na bra pauche da happa na bra ne ko mai gi happa ni even london da le ba el scan da du gi lu ching ma mi le na so so ka mai am su le ching mo ka na di ko
Secretary of Yalhomi Farooq R.K. Vijayalakshmi called for concerted efforts to combat the attempts made by illegal immigrants to create enmity among the indigenous communities. She made the statement while attending the opening of international workshop held under the theme Intercultural Resources and Peace Building at Government Hindi Teachers Training College, Imphal. Principal of GHTTC, Professor T.H. Asha Sinha, Secretary of Yalhomi Farooq R.K. Vijayalakshmi, cultural activist and scholar Mutua Bahadur, Asia Center, Harvard University Associate Vinayalakshmi Nepram attended as the main guest at the program conducted by Government Hindi Teachers Training College, Imphal Council for Education, Administration and Management Manipur Chapter and Yalhomi Farooq Manipur. R.K. Vijayalakshmi continued that the indigenous communities of the state have been living in peaceful coexistence for decades. However, certain external forces by non-locals have been trying to create disharmony among the indigenous communities. This must be stopped immediately, with the people fighting the forces as one, she said.
ngasi pawda akoina pangthok charakliba workshop seminar aduga akoina khun khunda chacharuba matamda akoigi bonding se yam nauna sengat phasagat po ide habidi akoise hana dagi leraklaba bonding nina het wari sabo unaba matamda nuksina badudi saphongla pa haitare yamna thengna akoise makeup thola patara gasu hojikti akoise pundaba yade united oidaba yade habise people khudimakta community khudimakta realize tore aduna people to people connection khwai makhongdigi horaba matungda akoigi connection se semaba matungda sungsoi soidana akoigi manata misunderstanding leiramba communication gap leiramba amana amada akoigi historical grievances mayam ama leiramba mayam se singdoknaraba matungda loinamak diminish toraba matungda hanagi nuksinabagi bonding do amuken stronger oina semakani habigi thajabasiga loinana akoina sigumba workshop se akoi mathang mathang sum sinjarapani.
Research Fellow of Southeast Asia and Oceania Center of the MPIDSA New Delhi, Dr. Om Prakash Das, underscored the necessity of adopting specific strategies to counter the impact of Myanmar's situation on northeast states if the unrest continues in Myanmar. He made the statement during a guest lecture program held under the theme Geopolitical Developments in Myanmar and its Impact on Indo-Myanmar border with special focus on Manipur at the VC Court Hall of Manipur University, Kangchipur. Director General Assam Rifles Lieutenant General Vikas Lakhera, Vice Chancellor of Manipur University Professor Naurem Lokendra, Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh, officials of Manipur government, journalists, retired military officers, academicians and students too attended the program. Dr. Om Prakash Das further stated that with its armed conflict, ethnic tension and political instability continuing in Myanmar, the case of drug trafficking, arms smuggling and opium cultivation too rises. He maintained that border smuggling of weapons had even reached the hands of armed groups in northeast states, subsequently creating internal tension in the region. He also stressed the need for robust border fencing along international border areas to enhance security.
One of the report is indicating that weapons which was part of Myanmar establishment during the conflict looted and they found it across the border. So this has been the issue. It also highlighting that what the intertwine and what is the connection between these two conflicts. So I'll tell you another analogy, not analogy exactly, but how these issues are interconnected. Various groups in this part of India, various insurgent groups have been supporting parties who are working there, like various groups supporting the junta, few groups are supporting rebels group, and these cross connections resulted in the smuggling of arms, the providing the funding at various levels, providing other resources, and it fueled, ignited or increased the problem because they also have interest across the border. Those alignment is resulting here that the clashes. So there are various groups engaging in joint operation, various groups in Myanmar. So this has been the issue.
Progressive farmer of Scientific Fish Academy and fish breeder integrated fish farmer Haisnam Devan, hailing from Kodak in Bishnupur district, released fingerlings of sareng in Kodak Maril where water flows into Loktak Lake. Sareng fingerlings were successfully bred through induced breeding by the farmer himself. Speaking to media persons, Haisnam Devan shared that although sareng was once abundant in Manipur, its population declined drastically following the construction of Itai Barrage, leading to its extinction from Loktak Lake. While the Fisheries Department, in collaboration with local fish farmers, has managed to breed sareng fingerlings in fish farms, Devan emphasized that this effort alone is not enough to ensure large-scale production of the species in the state. Taking the initiative himself, he began releasing sareng fingerlings into Loktak Lake to promote mass production. He further stated his commitment to continuing this release in the future.
Mangri bangaji yokotpada khitachu mating pangba ngamgadra na isu adugi asada sareng si ko fishery department gi kudangda torkanda sareng machaji lawrakanda kapani ahamba bidding tawuji sei ahum ani makai ahum dai change na hai moi hai matanda aduga di adu onaba pra onaba oirame thani pan mapang mnung maji bidding tawu yarame ba kidu sareng si am nungai bamna aduga amuka su amuk nungai bana maji kamai tawgi bu amuk once bidding tawgi mapi sina 3 time bidding to we 20 days manung bidding to we ma je adu ma cha lo bu yam laiba adi ka pa yam laiba ma je adi hida gi dose ga si yam na tha da bi khoi gi na tai nga ga man dan na dum yam han da tha ba ya ba adagi yok pa da nungai ba ma cha lo yam nungai ba ma oi ba aduna adagi pandam da manipur da farm da yok kan da sareng je pak sana putok ba ji khara tap ka da man ba dare adagi aina jahana khoi gi pat da toren da marang gaina phangam ba do adugi leina na ba adugi phangna ba gi pandam da khoi ngasi sareng ma cha nga lising ama toren thadoi ji kaina ma tam da aini hena yam na nga ma cha eta yam mayam je pak sana sin ba thungna pi ba ngam mi hai bai kano da to bu ju na te aina putok je ba khara je tak ta kan da lok tak ta chang ra ga di toren da le ra ga di mathang jai di ma cha olani aduna sungsoi soidana mathang chai da gi di pature na marang gaina phangnana bagi pandam da thadok chaban hai da sareng.
Retired fishery officer Tomba said, along with rearing at fish farms, sareng should also be reared in Loktak Lake for mass production. He also appreciated the ban for his initiative.
sareng je manipur da loktak ta koi ni poktre de gi ma thai ne de gi ona loktak ki sareng ngai de le ram ba masi Myanmar gi Chinuri river ji de gi June July de la ga idhai dam je sadring ai da ka khal aga loktak ta marung ko ne ba ichen da marung ko chai ba ne chen breeding ne ba adu si dam ji block tok thama mina loktak ta sareng di phangaro ba tha da ba bi lei tramina yo ngasi hasnam dewan koi isa ji na thadri ji na mana ko thoi ba padak se arang ka le ram loktak ki sareng do mana puthok cheri ba nga khraji khorak ki ture je tha do je sin loktak ta gi duini no damam de kumda giroi ji rainy season ina loktak yo hrani ngasi mana thadoi ba nga jina at least yam da bada chamada 10 hingira 20 hingira ahing ba khadi loktak yo rane ba aduna tha taruk ta ni pan do ko yari banina loktak ka di yam thuna meso orani control to bodum na tabnina adedi raja da ju sareng marang kaina phangena size ping ai da jeng ngarang lang da thoreng khalagadi thadok bi ba 아무도는 그런 랑데 인신이 상다 파도까지 나세 마차 오버닝에 나테 마차 오버닝에 파도까지 마싱도 안 달아니더라 아주 뭐좀 파브릭다 하이닝이
Former MP and former MLA of Kontojam Assembly constituency T-Mania stated that at a time when a stable government cannot be formed and the chief minister has resigned, instead of relying on current leaders who have failed to earn public trust, it is essential to inspire the emerging youth with a sense of patriotism and love for the motherland. He was speaking at the 81st birth anniversary observance of Rajiv Gandhi held at Wangjiring in Imphal West district under Kontojam AC as part of the Sadbhavana Divas program. Team Mania pointed out that there is now no trustworthy leader in the current BJP-led government. He mentioned that the current leadership has switched sides from other parties and lack public trust. Since the government has become ineffective, people are now looking for new hope and direction. This is a time for the youth and future generations to reflect on how to restore unity and rebuild Manipur and instill the spirit of love for the community and the motherland, he said.
Koi lang ni irang se so ma ya ma se ji ko mai koi chap sana loi re ma ngam dre koi na khan ba koi ke sarkar MLA sing mayam sarkar se ma ngam da na mo si mi resign to ba ni ade he dok na hoji koi sarkar se ma ngam da lai ba ni ya na lu ba ta ka su da koi ni ngana ya de mama lai ba ko nung si ba mazati bu nung si ba angang mayam ma se ko ta di koi ki lam ji gi oi ba koi ke saktam koi ki lon koi nung si na ba pura mak se koi kan mo mo jol ba ni tung da ho ka di Chasi susing mayam masida koi mariwang ng may wakalon koi masen nuksin na may wakalon ano sung insat o kaba ato kumba mayam masida koi tampiraga koi muna sa hini siyang sinna nising ani ohum sagat pinamba ato kumba sa koi thakado mado koi layla mabahora batawani.
Chairman of MPCC Kisan Leshram Nandu stated that in order to build a peaceful and prosperous society, it is essential to elect a representative who treats the people like their own parents and siblings. He emphasized that the time has passed for choosing leaders based solely on their financial status. For true progress in an assembly constituency, he urged voters to elect leaders who will walk hand in hand with the people and work sincerely for their welfare.
Imaleba Manipur Nungana Lake Haragadi, Karamba, Yuina, Lebaka, Pagadaki, Karaba Park, Lebaka, Pagadaki, Hanaji, Yam, Hamiraga, Amutaki, I put Punama, Yam Tapa, Masami.
Two-day orientation training program on pesticides, regulatory framework and safe and judicious use of pesticides organized by Central IPM Center Imphal kicked off at the conference hall of the Agriculture Department. Director of Agriculture Peter Salam and Nodal Officer Mohammad Donald Sobam too graced the opening of the training program as the main guest. During the technical session, Agriculture Officer Chintu spoke on the role of State Agricultural Department Insecticide Inspector in enforcement of Insecticide Act, while APPO Binalata Kangjam delivered a speech on the topic Insecticide Act 1968 and Insecticide 1971, while FASAI designated Officer Philam Surjakanta covered the topic Pesticide Residue on Human and Environment as resource persons. The experts emphasized the importance of raising awareness about the challenges arising from ineffective regulation of pesticide use and enforcement of relevant acts and rules during the program.
Natina Kapka Scenario Tirla Kapaki Sangsi, Ayamba Parma Singsi, directly contact the dealer Nayamato, dealer Zingjibokana, training Piraga, Hariba Hidax, Genium, Sin Hanba, Aduyamatan, and Hoita Udursi, why the Gakona Manipur Sahi, Madati Hidak, Natarako Hidak, Sinava Matamsi, Loro Pantajin, Waguruni, Adana Hiram, Matamsi Daikona, Dax Genium, Sum Sin Halaga, Zagado, Sinjak Singida, Magi, Dingi Hidako Hidaxi, Yaudanaba, Natarana, Handanabagi, Alugi Maru, Pandan Tawani.
A financial literacy camp was organized at Gari Awang Lekai as part of the 3-month saturation campaign on financial inclusion schemes at the Gram Panchayat level, jointly conducted by LDM Imphal West and SLBC Manipur. The camp was held at the Gari Awang Lekai Community Hall under the support of the Department of Financial Services, Government of India, in collaboration with the RBI District Administration, Imphal West, MSRLM and CRISIL. During the camp, various services were provided, including enrollment of APY, opening of bank accounts, completion of KYC, updating of nominations, awareness on PMEGP, and information on assessing loans and other financial services. Around 150 people from Sagolban Tanojam Lekai Gram Panchayat Imphal West enrolled and participated in the program. District Manager and Coordinator of SBI Imphal West and Thobal District, Dr. Maitram Uttam Luang, shared detailed insights about the financial literacy camp and various available schemes.
Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance ki makhada July ki tarik amadagi hauraga hojik September ki tarik kontra bawa 90 days ki damakta situation campaign nama pangthok sabani aduga mari leinana akhoi gram panchayat level singda Director of Financial Services na India ki gram panchayat chalaga 100% situation tawgadori situation asi kari scheme no hai matamda akhoi zero balance ki account hangoba Pm-Istv ki account hangba kangu singsina akhoi ki KYC tobai khudong sa pe piba aduna leba praja mayam dasu akhoi na ngasi appeal tawjariba asi tarik kontra September bogi manung Isa-isagi lekay da banking na silakpa program sing da yaubiu amasung program si da yahupan nang dragasu isa-isagi lairiba bank branch satlaga hairiba KYC bu tawbo oiro account hangbo bo oiro scheme asi yaubiraga hairiba scheme asi khudong saba lobiu haina appeal tawjari.
The Rotary Club of Polo City Imphal, in collaboration with EduPlus Skills and Overseas Point, organized a life career counseling and guidance program at Wangkai High School, a model government school. Around 250 students participated in the event. Dr. Bobby Soram, Principal Scientist at Advanced Hydrogen Energy Solutions in South Korea, addressed the students with an encouraging speech and shared valuable insights to help guide their future career choices. R.K. Ratan Kumar, President of the Rotary Club of Polo City, highlighted about various activities of Rotary Club and expressed that students must carefully choose their career paths and choose a career that suits them. Under the initiative Ek Pet Makenam, led by ZEO Zone 1, Kuntok Nganbi Upper Primary School planted several tree saplings as a step toward preserving the environment. The tree plantation program saw active participation from the school's teachers, students, SMC members and local residents. A recap of the national news. India blocked Vice Presidential nominee former Supreme Court Judge B. Sudarshan Reddy today filed his nomination at Parliament House. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, Senior Congress Leader Sonia Gandhi, NCP Leader Sharad Pawar, Samajwadi Party Leader Ram Gopal Yadav, DMK Leader Tiruchi Shiva and TMC Leader Shatabdi Roy, among others, were present on the occasion. Ahead of filing nomination for Vice Presidential elections, Reddy paid floral tributes to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Perna Stall in Parliament House complex, which houses statues of India's eminent leaders and freedom fighters. The scrutiny of the nominations will take place tomorrow. The nominations can be withdrawn by the 25th of this month. The vice presidential election will be held on the 9th of next month. The election has been necessitated due to the resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar, who tendered his resignation last month, citing health reasons. This will be the 17th vice presidential election. The vice president is elected by an electoral college which consists of the members of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Unique Identification Authority of India has collaborated with a private satellite-based internet service provider Starlink for seamless Aadhaar-based customer verification. In a statement, the Ministry of Electronics and IT said that the use of Aadhaar authentication by a global satellite internet provider demonstrates the scalability and reliability of India's digital infrastructure. It added that this collaboration emphasizes how Aadhaar can enable innovation in service delivery while ensuring transparency and accountability. Referring to Aadhaar as a catalyst for ease of living and ease of doing business, the ministry said that its face authentication solution is now gaining momentum faster due to its ease of usage and convenience for Aadhaar number holders. We have the international news. The US has imposed sanctions on several international criminal court officials, including French Judge Nicolas Guillot, for their role in pursuing war crimes charges against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio yesterday announced the sanctions, which block entry to the US and freeze any assets held there. The measures also target Canadian Judge Kimberly Prost, who worked on a separate ICC case involving alleged US crimes in Afghanistan, as well as two deputy prosecutors, one from Fiji and another from Senegal. Meanwhile, France strongly criticized the move, calling it a blow to judicial independence. The ICC also condemned the sanctions, saying they threaten the court's impartiality. The ICC recently issued arrest warrants for Netanyahu and former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for alleged war crimes during Israel's military operations in Gaza. It also targeted Hamas commander Mohammed Deif, who was later killed by Israel. Let's take a look at the headlines once again. Unity needs to be developed among people to ensure future generations live in peaceful environment, says former UNLF chairman R.K. Megan. And joint efforts vital to overcome attempts made by non-locals to create tension among indigenous communities, exhorts Secretary of Yalhomi Forum R.K. Vijay Lakshmi. That's all we have for now. Thank you for joining us.